Pittsburgh Steelers fans, AFC North fans, even the Bengals, Ravens, and Browns people. Shout out to everybody. Thank you for joining us on another Friday night episode, a Freaky Friday, as some of us like to call it, of the Homies Podcast. I'm here with the homies B Dirt and Big G. The little fella Pay is got an HR violation. B Dirt, take care of him.
I just wanted to say, walking HR violation. Big G over here talking all kind of mad smack. You guys can't keep him in line when I ain't around. I don't know what's going on.
Hey man,
Listen,
human resources, man. Hey, I got contacted by human resources. I'm the union rep, and they told me.
I understand what I'm dealing with now. Y'all have senior moments when I tell you more than 4 weeks in advance. You can't hold on to that memory. So I'm gonna tell you now. I ain't gonna be here next Friday.
Yeah.
Next Friday, I got a fundraising event that we have to go to. Black Tie Affair.
Oh, you get to.
I'm gonna be suited and booted.
Yeah.
Black suit, white shirt, black tie, black and white. Those ostrich leather dunks.
Red leather dunks.
I got suede and ostrich panda dunks.
Oh. Yeah, B-Dirt. I like that. Yeah, that's boss.
So I'm gonna be wearing that to the black tie.
You know what you should do? You should put a little orange hanky in the thing. Just get your representation on.
I'm gonna do something. I will have to see.
I feel you, man. I mean, sounds like you're gonna be looking dapper. I remember I've been off work for 4 years now. It'll be 4 years in September. I used to have to wear a suit and tie every day. I do not miss that at all.
Man.
It's t-shirts and Adidas sweats for me every day now.
Forever.
The suit helps me a little bit. It's that arm candy I got. It's gonna help me a lot.
Yeah, that's always how you win.
Yeah.
You can be suited and booted, but if the arm candy is trash, you're in trouble. You know.
Arm candy's in the chat too.
Where's she at? Yeah, I see. Yeah. Hey, but listen, I got the letter from HR, bro. I got the letter. Hey, listen, I'm just the messenger. I'm the union rep.
I tell you this, but I am the Homies Podcast HR.
Damn, so you sent me the letter?
Yeah.
You don't do a very good job.
Where? Who didn't?
No, B Dirt do a very good job of being HR.
Yeah.
All the violations you and Pay got.
We have a very liberal policy around here.
Liberal.
Hey,
it's liberal.
That Big G, Luke Cage, say, what's the word, Big G?
Luke Cage, what's up, Luke? Oh, you're gonna get the word tonight, Luke. Hey, listen. I'm still out there in them streets, man, and they still talking crazy to me, fellas. I don't understand, man. I don't understand. They just talking crazy to me. They talking crazy to me, Tate, in them streets. And now they talking crazy to me on the TikTok. They talk crazy to me on X.
The tiki-taki?
The tiki-taki, they talking crazy to me, man. So, I got a word for them tonight. I got a message.
I don't know nothing about that.
It's all because you be out there starting stuff, man.
I didn't start nothing. Tate, I swear to God, all I said was, congratulations, Coach Tomlin, on your 3-year contract. That's all I said.
Your mouth writing checks.
Hey, yeah.
Gotta go cash them.
B-Dirt, you know how I feel? Don't start none, don't be none. Don't start none, ain't gonna be none, bro. But if I say something, I'm not being disrespectful. I don't clown. I don't act up. But then when if you're gonna start with me, you go ahead and represent.
See, listen, I was listening to all this travesty of you guys talking about where am I? What was I supposed to be doing? Do I get fined? Is it an HR violation? And all I could think about was the words of the great American poet O'Shea Jackson. I ain't the one.
That's Boys in the Hood. Take Boy First got it on.
I ain't the one.
O'Shea.
B-Dirt. That message you sent today on Facebook about that comedian?
Hilarious.
Hilarious, bro. It was hilarious. It was boss. It was all-time great.
Hey, B Dirt.
You gotta look up Joe Coy mumble rap on YouTube. You
Got-
enjoy yourself.
B Dirt. It's Big G fault that I don't look at your stuff.
Why?
Understood.
Why?
Tell him why,
Why?
B Dirt. You know why.
Tate doesn't like to be inundated with text messaging.
And all you do is inundate, Big G.
No, that ain't.
He's
see,
the
he
big inundator.
He's about to get the big fine right now because he ain't told no facts.
What
The
you
issue is no. Tell the truth. The issue is you don't like that I don't have no Apple phone. So you get them red boxes and all whatever the green box, whatever the box is, you can't stand that.
Big G, you still inundate though.
That's facts.
If you sent a text or two, something to look at a day, I'm like, oh, let me check out what Big G looking at.
The big inundator.
But
I
gotta work on that sign, Tate.
I got one
inundator.
coming. It's gonna say inundator. Mm-hmm. It's coming.
Yeah, man.
It's just I want you to know. I need you to have the information. That's it. I just want you to have the information and have my back in the streets. That's all I'm saying. In the streets, have my back.
I ain't coming in the streets, Big G.
Come on, man. Come on, bro. Come on, man. Pay got my back in the streets. Pay done jumped on him. Pay got him. He told him.
B Dirt better have his boy Tim Lyons back. He out there great putting the matrix talking about me already.
Put him in them right now.
Oh,
Don't even wait. Don't even wait. Put him in right now. Don't wait a moment. Go right now in because we ain't having it tonight. We ain't having it. Put him in.
You need to go, Big G.
Yeah, I didn't even see what he did, but still put him in.
You talking about I got issues because I'm old.
Oh yeah, that's automatic. That's a violation. Homie's in.
Tim went down. The homie Clark got free pass all night. Big G said, "B Dirt."
Yeah, I did.
Wait, what?
I gave him a full pass. Wednesday, Claude was all-time great, bro. He was all-time great. Claude was great.
What I really think happened on Pump Your Brakes on Wednesday, I really feel like Claude just came at the tail end of the show. So he ain't had time to do nothing.
No.
Then he chimed in with great show, guys. And then we're like, oh, we ain't heard Claude all day.
Nah.
At the end of the show. That's what happened, Big G.
Nah.
Whose turkey's done? I heard the alarm.
I don't know. That was a big fine, whoever it was.
That's my computer. I mean, my text message is going through my computer. I don't know how to stop that because I'm old, I guess. But yeah, man, shout out to everybody in the live chat, man. We got Reginald Rivers, Tim Lyons, Biggie Bronco, Brandon Watson, Jeremiah Yoder, Afton, per usual, in the building. Luke Cage, we already talked about him. Justin Conway, the Quad Father.
Yeah, the quad.
AFC 7.
Hey, the quad got my back in the streets too. While you playing, Quad Father. Oh yeah, Quad. He see me. So does Blackstreet. Blackstreet see me out there too. Blackstreet see me. They got my back in the streets. They was letting them know. Like BG ain't to be played with. They was letting them know straight up. Have my back.
Man, what's the homie Paid texting about, talking about don't forget to Twitch?
He had my back in Twitch.
Nothing about that. He texted a few minutes ago and said, don't forget to Twitch.
I don't know what he's talking about, man. He garbage.
Yeah,
he's got a link for you to broadcast this on Twitch now.
He didn't tell us soon enough. He the social media guy.
No, he did tell us. He told us in the inundated.
See, that's
how does this go back to me?
Yeah. He needs to text you direct.
How does this go back to me? I don't understand this. This is garbage.
It's in the big inundator chat group
right.
chat. The big inundator group chat.
So Payson, one thing I needed to see amongst Big G's 20 texts.
I don't understand. That's trash, man. Y'all garbage for that, man. No way. No way it goes back to me. No way.
That's a real life take, Big G. I hate to tell you, man.
There might be some facts to it, but how does it go back to me? That's not my fault that Pay don't know to text you direct. That ain't my fault. Pay should send it direct. If not, join the invitation. Join in with the invitation, man. Let's go.
Yeah, that's true. You know, I sometimes want to just turn the notification off on the homies thread.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I got the know-it-alls thread, I got the homies thread, I got the pump your brakes thread, I got the Cavs thread, I got several family threads. My phone's going off all day, man. And then, but nobody with more indentate. What is it?
Inundated.
Yeah, inundated by more than anybody but Big G.
Yeah,
it's cool, Big G.
That's big facts. I'll take it.
You know,
I'll slow down a little bit. I'll slow down. I promise.
That's why you be going to Facebook jail and stuff, man. It could be everybody. It could be like a high school reunion group. Big G in there posting up all kind of Steeler stuff, level up stuff, all kind of Cavs stuff.
But I'm not hurting nobody.
That's a high school in California that you didn't go to. You don't know none of the people.
That's okay.
Hey, Jeremiah Yoder over here in the chat said, "Where is Pay at? Is he nursing a hangover?" No, I believe he is obtaining a hangover as we're speaking, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
That's big facts right now. I wish we had a live chat line because I'd call him and be like, caller number one, Pay, what you got to say, bro? I call him right now because I know them words are slurred.
Hey, man, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break and come back and talk about what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about just training camps. I can't say we too informed on the Browns and the Ravens with no pay and no. I got a couple Browns things, but I don't know. You know what I mean? But we definitely going to get deep into the Steelers. And we're going to let B Dirt talk about his Bengals a little bit. You know what I mean? I got a feeling we got to talk about that bag too. Trevor
Big
Lawrence,
bags.
bag.
Yeah.
Big bag.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is he deserving? We'll talk about that. If you're watching on YouTube, stay with us. You know we're not going anywhere. If you listen on the audio platform, be it Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Google, iHeartRadio, we have to hear a few words from our partners and pay some bills. And we'll be right back after this. And we're back on the Homies podcast on a Friday night. If you saw the little, the ad break, it says like and subscribe to the Know It Alls podcast. So if you guys could do that, that's podcast myself and Big G and Mod typically do. B Dirt's been on before, Pay's been on before. You know, this our whole thing. We kind of the Know It All crew. Myself, Big G, B Dirt, Pay, Mod, Relly. Who else? Big G, Tim Lyon.
The new dude. Don't forget about the new dude.
Who's the new dude? You don't know his name?
The new dude from the from the Browns. Bro.
Oh, Noah Olsen.
Yeah, Noah
with the fanatical Keebler Cracker guy channel.
That dude. I ain't even go out. I had to stop because I almost called him something. That ain't fair. But it ain't good.
He was the white boy of the year last week.
No, but that dude was because Noah
blasphemy.
What are you saying, B Dirt?
I know. I listened.
It was blasphemy.
What are you saying?
He didn't even make the medal stand. Stop that.
Wow.
You know what he said though, B Dirt?
That's the reason why I asked you to bring him on.
You know what he said last week? He said that y'all wide receiver group is big trash.
Yeah, I know.
I heard him say it.
He didn't say big trash, but he didn't think that. He thought they were overrated.
Yeah, he said they was garbage.
You always turn everything into big trash, but that's not what he said.
Yeah, you do always turn everything into big trash.
He also, I mean,
Tim, verify it, Tim. Tell him, Tim. Tim gonna tell you. Tim gonna tell you. He was talking smack. And I listened to his show. He was talking big trash about the Steelers. That's why I wanted him back on the show tonight.
We checked out his show. Tim got me to check out his show. And I actually spoke without using names about their show on our podcast on ridiculous takes about the Bengals.
You got him.
And that was it. That wide receiver not having any weapons is what he said. We didn't have any weapons.
You said y'all got
out your mind. They don't have a wide receiver in Cleveland still to this day. It's as good as Jamar Chase.
That's big facts.
I don't think they've ever had one as good as Jamar Chase.
I don't know that, but you might be right.
In the history?
Yeah.
Name one.
Oh. Braylon Edwards?
Not better than Jamar Chase. What are you talking about?
I'm just throwing names out there.
That
Webster
was
Slaughter? Webster Slaughter?
Good name to throw out.
Yeah, they wide receiver room is garbage.
You can say Odell in his prime.
Oh,
Odell in his prime was 20 games.
What was old boy that got suspended?
But Jamar Chase got about
Gordon.
Oh, yeah, but again, he was great for 10 games, 12 games. And then he out the league, back in, back out, back in, back out.
Jamar Chase going to his third year, right?
No, this is year 4.
No, it ain't.
Yeah. Because it's
Burrow's
5.
He had 1 year with his rookie year, he had over 1,400 yards, and the next 2 he had over 1,200.
And then his record got broke by Puka.
George Teston said Paul Warfield. I like that, George, but I think of him as a Dolphin. Right?
That's facts. Yeah, I agree. Big facts.
Was his best years with the Dolphins?
Yeah, he played for the Dolphins for several
I
years.
know he played with him. Was his best years with the Dolphins?
Maybe. But, man, let's get off this Brownies. We're here to talk about the Steelers and the Bengals. Let's go.
Let's talk about the Browns real quick. Come out of OTA. I'm going to give you a quick update. Deshaun Watson is looking good. They limited his throws. The rookie from Ohio State, the D lineman, he looking real good.
Mike Hall Jr.
Mm-hmm. Bernie Kosar is suing who Bernie suing? He's suing
the brake shoes off of somebody, boy. He getting all the bread.
I got to interject this. I apologize for giving George Teston credit here. Paul Warfield had 1,000 yards once in his career.
Oh, he's trash.
Paul Warfield the whole
They were playing 14 games.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what he did.
The ball like that.
I'll tell you what he did have that was really good. His yards per reception are off the charts for his career, over 20.1 yards for his career.
And back then, way back then. Yeah, when they wasn't throwing the ball at all. Not like that.
Yeah. I mean, Paul Warfield, Ohio State, ain't he?
No.
He not?
No. I think Warfield went to
the Ohio State University.
Thank you, B Dirt. Man, I always got to be right all the time.
Get up out of here.
You know what? Being on the show with you, Big G, is good for my brand. It is.
Let's go.
He said it's good for my brand.
That's trash. That's big trash. Let's go, man. Man.
Hey, but Bernie Kosar got fired, I guess, from the Cleveland Browns broadcast. He's suing somebody for $850,000.
Big bread.
Yeah, because of making a bet.
Yeah.
About what?
I didn't research into it. I don't know. I'm assuming he bet on football games. Who cares? He's an announcer. I don't care if he bet.
I see Myles Garrett on the local news channel here talking trash, talking about this is the Browns' year. They're going to show everybody in the league. They're going to start by dominating their division. They had him in an interview. Man, get out of here with all that capping, dog. Y'all ain't going to be good. Stop.
So let me give you my take on that, G. A lot like us going into the 2021 season, right?
Mm-hmm.
We felt like we Joe Burrow was the answer. We felt like we had some good things going. We felt like we were going to be good.
Mm-hmm.
But people didn't believe us. No one believed it. No one believed it. No one believed it. And I get why. Because year after year after year after year after year, we make moves. We look better. We look like we're going to be good. And then we just didn't make it over the hump.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Burrow pushed us over that hump of mediocrity.
Okay.
I'll call it. Okay. I think we're in the same scenario place with the Browns. The Browns on paper have a very good top to bottom roster.
Okay.
They have a coach of the year, even though I wouldn't have given it to him.
Big cap. Keep going. Big fine, Tate. Big fine.
I'm not trying to talk. I'm just holding up the number two times.
Okay. I got you. Go ahead, Peter.
They, defensive player of the year, even though I wouldn't have given it to him.
Cap again. Big cap.
But looking in last year, we all picked them to do better than they did.
Comeback player of the year.
Comeback player of the year. We all picked them to do better than they did last year.
Mm-hmm.
And I think everybody jumped back off that train again because we watched them do what we always watched them do.
We picked them to do better than 11-6?
Or right at that.
Okay.
But we're picking them to do worse this year. Generally speaking, on this show, and what I don't hear anybody talking about them being a problem. And I feel like it's that stigma that they always will find a way to do Cleveland Browns stuff. They'll figure out a way to mess it up. And until they have that guy, I don't know if Deshaun Watson can be that guy.
No, Jergens ain't. Come on, man. Jergens ain't. Come
but
on.
They got to have that guy that can push them past that and drag them through the mud and say, that's not us anymore.
No, he's not that guy.
So that's what they're hoping for, though. When you hear, they come on and say, when Noah comes on and says 12-5 and win the division, that's got to be what he thinks. He's got to be thinking that Deshaun Watson can pull him across that threshold.
No. Tate, I'm going to read T. Riley's comment. T. Riley Blackstreet, what's cracking, bro? He said, Tate, Big G, how come every time the Browns beat the Steelers, the Browns act as if they just won the Super Bowl? And when the Steelers beat the Browns, it's no big deal. Tate, go ahead, because I know what I'm going to say. Go ahead.
Well, I don't have to use the word trash or big hot trash. I don't have to use none of the words you're going to use. I'm just going to say it's because it basically is their Super Bowl. We are the barometer pretty much in the division. I mean, it's a heated division. There's a lot of inner rivalries inside the AFC North. But really, the Steelers are big brother to everybody. You know what I mean? As far as historically in the division, from the AFC Central to the AFC North.
Facts.
I mean, Baltimore was Cleveland. They were good then. They went to Baltimore, became Baltimore, and they've been good ever since. Cleveland came back, hasn't been good. Cleveland kind of like the stepchild. In the 90s, it was B-Dirt's Bengals. Losing all kind of games, wasting Corey Dillon's career. Achilles Smith never got to do nothing. I mean, there was those guys back then. Now
Achilles Smith shouldn't even been drafted.
Achilles Smith shouldn't have been drafted. He got a son that's supposed to be pretty good, man.
Not in the second round. I mean, he played baseball, had one good year at Oregon on the football team. That was it.
You talk about Achilles Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Keyshawn Carter too, man. Yeah, y'all had some.
We took Achilles Smith when we had the worst pass defense in the league and Champ Bailey sitting on the board.
Trash. That was a trash draft. Who was the GM sleep at the wheel, B-Dirt?
I almost cried.
Man, who was the GM? Because he was garbage.
Quarterback's gonna go first. You know it.
Somebody.
But yeah, so that's the thing. When they beat us, it is their Super Bowl because they've never been the one. And and I got lots of relatives that are Browns fans, and one of my closest relatives, one of my closest cousins, he's a huge Brown fan, and we go back and forth. But he goes at the Steelers all the time too, but he don't go at them with me. He said, I don't go at them with you, because you don't come at us about that. I'm trying to be respectful.
You talking about the one that was on here for a hot minute and quit showing up?
No, not Mike.
Okay.
Not Mike. He will never stop.
I just wanted to take it. That was just a stray bullet there was all that was.
I'm talking about Sweet Tea, Big G.
Yeah, Sweet Tea, yeah. But I talk crazy to him too sometimes. But they get arrogant and cocky, man. They be talking crazy sometimes.
But they say the same thing about us, though.
They ain't won nothing. We can talk all day and night.
You don't have to talk when you're a winner. Your winning talks.
I understand that, but they ain't did nothing. They ain't did nothing. So you should never talk ever. Not until you win a whole bunch of games, get in a Super Bowl, get you a ring. Then you can start talking. They ain't bust a grape. They garbage. Come on, man. Let's just be truthful about it. The Browns ain't bust a grape, bro. That's why they celebrate when they beat us, because they feel like, oh, we beat the big boys, like how you said. No, you still trash. A dead clock is right twice a day. Every now and then you're going to be right. Every now and then you're going to get a game. Unless you cheating and busting our quarterback in the head with a helmet and want to fight, stuff like that, yeah. But no, they'll win every now and then, but they garbage. They ain't going to win nothing. A dead clock is right twice a day, and every now and then a blind squirrel find a nut, and that's what happened to him.
Danny Littlejohn got a question probably we can get to on overtime, B Dirt.
Who's that?
Danny Littlejohn. See it right there in the comments? I'm talking to you and Big G. He ain't talking to me.
Where? I didn't even see it.
Well, I'm looking right at it, you jokers.
Oh, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. We got you on overtime for sure tonight, bro. We got you on overtime. Yeah.
Baseball umpire being?
How
do you guys feel about the baseball umpire being?
He's probably talking about betting.
Hey, be there. Tell us everything going on at Bengals camp, man. After the mini camps, what's up with everything going on, man? Did T. Higgins ever show up?
He's not under contract, so he's not allowed to.
Because he didn't sign his franchise tag?
Correct. And he has the same. So he has the same agent that we dealt with last year or the year before. Last with the safety that went to Atlanta. Escaping my mind right now. I'll think about it in a second. But he showed up August 23rd. So
a week before the game.
Yeah, I mean, like I don't expect to see till mid or late August. I don't expect to see T. Higgins, and I don't care. I'm not worried about that. Jamar Chase has only been doing like side workouts and walkthroughs.
Gotta keep him fresh. Gotta keep him fresh.
So I actually kind of like the new approach to this. Joe Burrow sat out and then came back and wasn't really unleashing balls. And
no, did
I like that. I like it. He wasn't throwing with the same velocity he was before the break, and I'm okay with that. He had an interesting interview where he talked about football mortality, being smarter about body recovery, not pushing through things when he doesn't need to, because he felt like pushing through the calf injury last year is what did in the calf. And then could have led to a bunch of other problems. Don't know, if that ended up putting more strain on his wrist and that ended up weakening that when it got hurt on that hit. So there's a lot of things that he was very good about, really taking an in-depth look. I thought it was a great player maturity moment, a very honest interview where he stopped and thought about his answers and answered them honest and truthful. And I just really like the direction of Joe Burrow's maturity. We all know his leadership ability and what he does on the field, but I like him learning, constantly learning. The guy seems just to be motivated by that. Our biggest questions are going to be running back, offensive line, and tight end. Tight ends look great running pass routes right now, especially Gesicki.
Yeah, I like him.
But you can't tell offensive, defensive lines or running backs when you're not wearing pads. You have no idea. So no big questions answered, but I like what we've been doing. And yes, Jesse Bates was the safety.
Yeah.
That went to Atlanta. So Jesse Bates was Dave Mulligetta guy, and so is T. Higgins, and they're kind of handling it the same way. But sooner or later, I mean, if they're gonna, that second tier of wide receiver is now one of the positions they're gonna have to pay 2.5 years of guaranteed money, or 3 years of guaranteed money, which the Bengals have never been willing to do. So either they're going to consistently turn over their number 2, or they're going to have to pony up sooner or later.
I keep turning it over. I think you guys got good depth. B-Dirt, I want you to put this on a receipt right now today as of 6/14/2024.
30-40. Go ahead.
The Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals will place number 1 and number 2 in the AFC North this year. Put it on the receipt today. The Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals are going to be number 1 and number 2 in the AFC North division. Book it, count it, do whatever. Because, with all respect, you guys have the best quarterback in the AFC North. And quarterback play is pivotal. And I got a lot of respect for Joe Burrow. I think Joe Burrow is that guy. He really is. I got a lot of respect for him. And I think when situations are close, games are tight, scenarios are going on, Joe Burrow makes all the difference in the world. So put it on the receipt today. The Bengals and the Steelers are 1 and 2 in the AFC North.
Well, the board hadn't had some action in a while, G.
Yeah, get the action jumping.
It's about that time of year, isn't it?
Yeah, it's about that time. Let's go. That's why I put it on out there. Quick, fast, in a hurry.
Hey, y'all, we're gonna take a quick break. If you're watching on YouTube, you know the drill. If you're on audio, we have to hear a few words from our partners, pay some bills. Be right back, and we'll get into the Pittsburgh Steelers. Big G will tell us all about their training camp, what to look forward to, what we need, what he's surprised by. It'll give us a whole overview. Can you handle that, Big G?
I got you.
We'll be right back after this.
Mm-hmm.
And we're back on the Homies podcast on a Friday night. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. It's a light crowd tonight, but I think it's a nice Friday, a lot of places, so people are probably out. My wife's not even home, man. She had with her girlfriends at a Frankie Beverly and Mays and Keith Sweat concert at I still call it Verizon Center, but the Capital One Center downtown D.C.
It's concert in the park season, bro. It's concert in the park. That's where a lot of folks is at. And it's Juneteenth weekend.
It is Juneteenth weekend, too. Yeah.
It's a lot jumping off tonight. But we all right. How many likes we got, Tate?
We got 44 likes and 90 people in the room watching right now.
Dang, B-Dirt. You didn't even give a
Ooh.
Dang, B-Dirt.
I mean,
That's not I want passing grades. I want 70%. Let's go.
We got to get at least a C.
It ain't take nothing but 3 seconds and a little bit of thumb movement.
Mm-hmm.
It just went to 46. What you said, something meant something, B-Dirt.
Yeah, we'll be all right.
Mm-hmm. Man, what most of our people here for, man? Tell us what's going on with the Steelers, man.
So a few things, man. A few things.
Hey, G, you're not on TikTok, is you?
Yeah, I'm on TikTok.
Oh, Johnny Globe said
it's a tiki-taki.
It's whack.
It is whack.
Come on.
It is whack.
Tiki-taki.
It is whack, but I'm out there fighting in them streets, so it don't matter. The streets is the streets. They all the same. The streets is the streets, man. So wherever the streets is, that's where I'm at, because I am the streets. That's what I'm talking about. I'm out there causing problems. I'm about to be down in the streets in Australia here in a minute. The boys down under said I got to come back on the podcast and be down there fussing and fighting in Australia. So it's coming. But anyway, the Steelers, few things I want to point out. Number one thing that because there's a lot of information out there concerning what has been going on past OTAs.
I'm going. I mean, go ahead with what you're doing. I'm going to interject a couple of times to ask you about a couple of players. I want you to tell me about.
Got you. So the first thing is that I want to put preference on is the condition of Cole Holcomb, right? Shannon had put some preference on it on Wednesday. I went and read some information about it, and then I, checked with little people here or there, found out what I could find out. And from all indications, Cole Holcomb's going to be ready to ride week 1 in Pittsburgh. I don't think he's going to start on the PUP list, and it's a miracle that he was able to come back from the injury that he came back with. But he's a grinder. He's a worker. And with the condition of Cole Holcomb, with Peyton Wilson, with Roberts, and with Patrick Queen, our inside linebacker room is stacked. So I'm loving to hear that. Number 2 set of information I'm hearing, George Pickens is going to work some in the slot this year in the 3x1 13 sets, 13 personnel. And I was like, holy crap. So who's going to cover him up? So if they're going to work him in the slot, that means that there has to be somebody good enough to put at that X or Y position, either at the bottom of the field or at the top of the field, to cover him up. So that means that either Roman Wilson, Vance Jefferson, Quez Watkins, or the one who I think has improved the most, Tate, is Calvin Austin III, is ready to play the X position, and they flip-flop wide receivers like the Cincinnati Bengals do with Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, which is great news for me because, yes, we're going to run heavy 12 personnel, but we're going to run some 13 too. So that was great to hear. Third thing I want to interject is Corey Trice. The condition of Corey Trice and what Corey Trice is out there doing, man, y'all, Corey Trice is ready to ride. And I'm telling you right now, Corey Trice is going to fight for starting minutes opposite Joey Porter Jr. at that outside corner. He's not going to play slot. He's going to play to either the short side of the field or the wide side of the field. But we already know, and we've been given the indication that Joey Porter Jr. that is going to travel with the opposing team's best wide receiver. Why you hit the rewind?
TA said that's no guarantee we're going to do what's best for the team as far as Joey Porter traveling.
Okay.
But the Joey Porter Jr. Peasy wants to travel, but then they had the press scrum asked Terrell Austin about it. He said, well, we haven't decided on any of that kind of stuff yet. We're going to do whatever's best for the team. So it could be that they do that, but it's not said that that's what's going to happen. Because they talk about doing split coverage, perhaps whatever side Peasy on is man-to-man.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, he'd probably be with the best receiver. That's what they decide to do.
Correct.
And Dante Jackson is better at off ball zone coverage.
Correct.
So he can turn and run with the receiver because it's easy for him to keep up with him.
Right. And we don't know with the certainty of Cam Sutton as of today. But Tate, if Cam Sutton clears, Jackson, Cam Sutton, Corey Trice, and Peasy.
But hey, no, you sleeping there. All them, yes. You sleeping on Beanie Bishop though.
Oh, I know Beanie. Listen, I done heard a lot about Beanie too, dog.
He might start run down nickel for them.
Could be.
He might come in on passing downs. That's what
I'm hearing Beanie's a baller. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing he's out there. And I'm hearing Darius Rush is handling the business. Our secondary, man, is stacked, man. Like I am so pleased with what Omar Khan has done to resurrect and change this 53-man roster, man. I could just go on for days. But I'm staying on topic, Tate, because you be on me about staying on topic.
I listen, man, I got to go back. I don't want to dig through it last year. We were talking about Lions coverage, and you called Cam Sutton trash, but I know for a fact you did.
I did. But you know why I called Cam trash?
Because he wasn't playing for the Steelers. No,
I called Cam trash because they put him in the position that he's not any good at. I don't think Cam can play to the wide side of the field and play one-on-one with he's a slot corner. That's his best position. So they had him out of position, and he was out there getting cooked. That's why they lost in the NFC Championship game. Cam got cooked.
That ain't why they lost. It was some bad calls too, though.
Yeah.
And
Cam got cooked quite a bit.
They gave it up.
Mm-hmm. Right?
Hey, man.
What?
So, question about a few players I got questions about.
Mm-hmm.
What you hearing about Jalen Warren?
So Najee's not in camp. We know that. So Najee not being in camp, as of today, Jalen Warren is taking the #1 reps. Najee's trying to work out a contract extension. He wants a certain amount of money to play for. I believe they're going to get it worked out before we actually turn this thing up. But let me tell you something. Najee better not be messing around out there, because Warren has looked exceptionally well at the running back. Now, running backs, you can get a better gauge, like B. Dirt said, in shorts and T-shirts to see where they're at as far as their body, to see where they're at about being able to pick up schemes, to see where they're at about as far as like being able to have the explosiveness that you're supposed to have as a running back. And Jalen Warren looked real good, bro. He looked real good. So Najee, don't be out. If you listening to me, bro, don't be out there messing around, bro. Get that contract signed and get your behind on in the camp, because the reps could flip easily.
We got a receipt right back here from Pay that says that Najee ain't getting the second contract.
No, he gonna get something.
It's right there, right there.
Yeah, I hear Pay, but he gonna get something.
Said he ain't gonna get a second contract with the Steelers.
Man, I don't know about that. But Jalen looks great. Tate, who's your next player, bro?
Nick Herbig.
He's out of there. He's out of there, bro.
No, not Nate. Nick.
Oh, I thought you said Nate Herbig. My bad. Nick Herbig, the outside linebacker that plays behind TJ Watt. Nick Herbig is going to fight for, okay, so this is how the rotation is as of today. Of course, we know it's Highsmith and it's TJ Watt on the outside. However, Herbig is going to be implemented sometimes, not just to give reps, just because they like his versatility. And I wouldn't be shocked to see Herbig on certain packages to either be the dime linebacker and or if they decide to put, because I've heard stories out there where they'd have a package or a set that would have Peyton Wilson, Nick Herbig, Highsmith, and Watt all on the field at the same time. Man, that would be, whoa, like you don't know where it's coming from, and that's getting us back to that Blitzburg mentality, because I think all of them tackle well. I think if you line up either one of them, two of them guys in the middle, or you flip-flop guys, think back to the days like we had Chad Brown and all them other linebackers that we had, where we had the versatility to switch guys around. I like that with the Steelers moving forward with Nick Herbig. Tate, you got anybody else?
Well, you talked about Calvin Austin. He was one of my guys.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Herbig, Jalen Warren. Oh, okay, one more.
Mm-hmm.
DeMarvin Leal.
So I think Leal was in a prove-it-to-me scenario this year with the Steelers. I think he has to be in order to quantify him moving forward with the Steelers organization. I think that he did work on his game. I like the way that he's worked on his body. It looks like he's sort of transformed his body a little bit, Tate, which I was shocked to see, because I was like, wow, this guy's been in the gym. So, and I think the Steelers as a whole, when you start talking about the transition of these guys being in tip-top shape coming into OTAs and camp, man, I ain't seen this in a while, because it ain't just him. I'm looking around at Cam Hayward. I'm looking around at TJ Watt. I'm looking around at some of the rookies, how they look. I'm looking at Jones. I'm like, man, y'all in shape. I'm looking at Najee. He done lost all kind of weight and in shape. I'm like, whoa.
That's a big thing with Coach T to come in shape. Don't get in shape in camp. Come to camp in shape.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's another thing they changed. They changed the practice time.
Yeah, they did. They did, and I like it. I like it better. I've always liked, just in my playing career, I always like early in the morning or late in the evening. I don't like that middle of the day mess, bro. Let's get it. As soon as you get up out of bed, let's stretch and go. To get it in, because that gets you ready and prime. Because when the season kicks off, if you got a 1 o'clock game, by about 10 o'clock, you better be ready to ride. You got a little bit of stretching to do and go over a little fast, 2-3 things to make sure you're straight, but you're ready to ride. So that's why I want to get it in early in the morning, because that gets you in the repetition of getting it down to simulate gameplay moving into the season.
And that's the thing. And I don't want to miscommunicate it myself. Mm-hmm. I think they're going in the morning, and I wonder if they're going to do it like this in camp. Mm-hmm. If they're going in the morning, and then they hitting the film and stuff in the afternoon. Mm-hmm. It's easier on their bodies. It promotes better recovery, better everything. I mean, so you notice Steelers have a new strength and training staff this year too.
That might be why everybody's in shape. I mean, that could be a direct reflection of why everybody's in shape.
Could be.
Yeah. And they have multiple coaches this year, too, that they didn't have last year. Position coaches and stuff, which is really paying attention to hold those kids accountable.
I like the receiver coach, Coach Azani. I like him a lot.
Love him, man. I like him. Hey, Tate, he's going to be a head coach. I don't know how soon, but he's going to be a head coach. I don't know where, and I don't know how soon. But his next move is OC. His next move is OC. That young fella know what he's talking about. I like him, man. I like him. Hey, Rob Lightfoot asked me about Dan Moore. Rob, Dan. So Dan fighting right now. Tate, you know I'll be messing Troy F or Fuyatu, whatever you say, how you say his name.
Fautanu. Come on, man.
I tear his name up every week. I know. My bad. But he's out there fighting. But I still think that before it's all over with.
How can you say G. Stradamus and can't say Fautanu?
I don't know. It's got to be practice. I got to get some practice in. So, but he out there fighting. But I still think it's going to be one of them scenarios like Dotson, where there's trade value for more, because you don't set a first round pick on the bench like that. He's got to play, and I think he's ready to play.
Roger Jones on the bench last year,
just for a little bit. I think they're in this particular season. I think that they're going to try to press the rookies to get them in there faster, i.e. coming in shape, i.e. putting themselves in position, knowing the playbook, understanding Arthur Smith's new offensive scheme. That's i.e. why you didn't see them guys mess around on OTAs and all whatever else. They was all out there getting reps, because Arthur Smith is the type of coach that you got to prove to him that you're not only physically in shape, but you understand the complexity of the offense. And moving forward, yeah, I like that. We finally got a comparable offensive coordinator, bro. That trash we was dealing with all them years, man. Come on, man. Hey, but Tate, last thing I want to say about the Steelers, just for me. Hey, man. Zach Frazier. Matter of fact, Beater, put this on the receipt, but this is going to be a long receipt, right? Zach Frazier going to be a Pro Bowler by next season. By year 2, Zach Frazier will be a Pro Bowler.
2025 Pro Bowler.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Zach Frazier is way ahead of the curve. Tate, we got one. You know in the lineage, you know how the lineage goes, right? Webster, Dotson, you know how the lineage go, right? Pouncey, we got our new lineage, right? We got our lineage at center. We really do, man. Frazier looks outstanding. He's the leader of the offensive line already.
Reginald Rivers says some trades is coming. Can G. Stradamus look out there and tell us about anything he think gonna happen?
More
traded.
More with the big trade. And Tate, I already done told y'all. I told y'all what I heard on them streets. I told y'all they ain't backing off of that Brandon Ayuk, bro. I'm telling you, they ain't doing it.
Did y'all hear Acho's take about you saw it, Big G?
I sent it to you because I'm ready to get him in them streets. I'm about to go holler at him. About to go holler at him.
He said Russ is not going to have a revival. He said the Steelers is where quarterbacks go to die. And it was such a bogus take, man. And I tell you exactly why. Because all the quarterbacks he had all the quarterbacks listed since Tom has been coaching.
I seen it. He
said where they go to die. But every one of those quarterbacks outside of the last 2 years were all Big Ben's backups.
Facts. Big facts.
Right. Big facts. Brian Leftwich, Michael Vick year, Charlie Batch was a hell of a backup.
You know why? You know why I didn't know?
What you said, B-Dirt?
You know why I didn't know about that Tate?
Why?
Because I get all of Big G's inundations.
Yeah.
But when I saw Acho's face, I kept swiping. That dude, not good.
I don't dislike Acho. He say some crazy stuff though.
I'm gonna catch him in the streets, Tate. Acho, if you listening right now, holla at me on the X or the TikTok, bro, or the Twitter. Holla at me.
All of them. The most rational one is Joy, actually.
There you go, Brandon Watson. Brandon Watson said, not to mention he's all in on race baiting. He's the most disingenuous person.
Lightweight. That's lightweight facts.
He's told no lie.
That's lightweight facts.
He's told no lie.
What's the example of race bait? I don't get that from him. He's not from our country. He grew up here, but he came from Nigeria when he was young. So he grew up in the Nigerian culture at home. But give me an example. I don't know.
His takes on the Caitlin Clark thing.
Yeah.
They're never to me never based in facts. They're never based in numbers. They're always based in weird opinions,
propaganda.
And it always goes too far one way or the other. It's never.
I mean, I'm not saying if he does or doesn't. I don't know, but I've seen him go at Angel Reese too, talking about when she can't be crying and cry baby and.
Well, you know I mean? I don't know which side of the aisle you think I think he's standing on.
What on the opposite side?
He might be throwing bait into his own pool.
That's why guys like Ryan and Clark pulled him aside and talked to him, but understanding that he didn't grow up here in an American culture, so we don't know how passionate some of these people feel about these things.
Didn't work.
Right. Well,
but you know, some people say stuff, man, just for the clickbait, bro. And he's a clickbait champ. He's a clickbait champ.
He is in this game in sports media. So all he wants is to get those clicks, to get those likes, get those. He is all about building his brand.
Yeah, that's garbage. That's garbage. And that's why I say I want Acho to come holler at me because, and he might say, well, who is this little dude, peon dude talking to him? But the deal is, bro, when you have bias to the point to where all you want to do is stir it up and you don't want to realistically look at what's going on, like how Tate mentioned. He mentioned backup quarterbacks, saying that's where quarterbacks go to die. How many teams did the backup quarterback was a good quarterback for somebody else and went to that particular team and was trash being there?
It's just a.
He did, Jeremiah. He put drafted.
It's like he wants to put something together to get that hot take to get everybody upset and angry. Big G's at least trying to strike gold with his hot takes.
Facts.
That.
Yeah.
It's like long shot betting. You know what I mean?
He played college football at Texas. I think he was All-American. Got drafted in the 5th round by the Browns, then later went to the Eagles and probably played about 4 years at the most, backup linebacker. So he did play sports.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I do have a little news out of Baltimore because I wanted to ask Pay about one thing in particular.
What?
I'll give you the boring stuff first. So this is Todd Monken, his second year as OC, and he talked to the media about how he's going to give more responsibility this year to Lamar Jackson on pre-snap reads.
It ain't going to work.
So gonna be interesting.
It ain't going to work.
We all know that's a big change. That's a big change. So that was something that caught my attention. You know, they also talked about the offensive line. They have no idea who's going to start where at whatsoever. It's all up in the air.
Facts.
But what I really wanted to ask Pay about was because Pay has talked about Devontae Walker. Last week, Tate, you called him out for being a college basketball
bias.
College, not football, and having that bias.
Total bias.
I'm hearing right now that the guy they like in camp is Sean Ryan, the second-year wide receiver out of Rutgers that came as an undrafted free agent last year. They said he's put on some muscle. He looks really good in camp. He's starting to really catch on to the NFL and the body type, and they're seeing really good things from him. He's out playing Devontae Walker right now. So I wanted to ask him about that, but I'll table that for next week.
I got another one I want you to put on the table, Peter. Lamar Jackson will not play more than 15 games next year. Put it on a receipt. He ain't gonna last at 205 pounds. It ain't gonna happen.
I think you would take 15 games when you're starting QB. That's not none. You said
17. I need
17. If they win it in first place, then they're not gonna play 17. But hey, my last question, real quick. This will carry us over to overtime. Man, Trevor Lawrence reset the market.
55 mil. 55 mil. Big bread.
So, was he worth it?
No. Absolutely
was that
not.
A serious question?
No. Big cap.
I mean, he was next up, right? So what makes him worth it? He has all the talent, right? That's the same reason Justin Herbert got paid.
He wasn't worth it, bro. He wasn't worth it. What has he done? He won one playoff game.
I think he's way too inconsistent. Herbert too. I wouldn't have I get what the market was doing, but I wouldn't have paid him. And on this subject, I can't start things with him running the show. Somebody in the live chat, maybe John Edberg, maybe was it?
Comment?
No, it was a while back. They were talking about paying. Was he worth $275 million? Here he goes.
Huh.
He said at 8:43 p.m. John said, "By the way, I eat stress sandwiches because Mahomes takes pay cuts, yet these other players take bank, thus not able to pay the skill players needed to beat KC."
Facts. Mahomes ain't doing nothing but just following the Brady scenario. Brady did the same thing.
It's all based on percentage wise.
Yeah,
he's not too far off of what Brady was percentage wise. So he is taking less of a percentage of their overall pie. Everybody's looking at the number. You know what I mean? The 55 a year or 52 a year, or 60 a year, whatever, the 30, the 35. But if you look at it percentage wise, 35 million is basically what the number one receiver was getting paid in the late 80s, early 90s. 15% of their overall cap. So it's not like it's the same thing. It's very close. There's a couple places where it gets out of whack, but it's very close.
Do you know for a career who his numbers are comparable to?
Trevor Lawrence?
Yeah.
Probably Justin Herbert or Josh Allen.
Are you
Joe Burrow? No.
He's the highest paid. But where's my? And then those are the guys behind him.
Joe Burrow, Goff, Herbert, Lamar Jackson, Hurst. Okay. Who was his numbers close to? That's what I want to know.
Getting it?
Yeah. But he ain't worth it. I don't care whose his numbers is close to. He ain't worth it. Jacksonville is reactive. They were scared he's going to walk. And so they don't want to be back in the market looking for another quarterback.
And here's what I also think. I think Trevor Lawrence compiles stats when when he's playing
big trash
in blowouts, but looks bad when he's not. You know what I mean?
Look at the career stats.
That's pretty wild.
That's
garbage. So if you're listening to the podcast right now, the comparisons are a record of 21-31 for Lawrence versus 23 of 37-1. Completion percentage, Lawrence is 63.6. Completion percentage for the next quarterback is 64.2. Yards per completion.
I think you gotta say that quarterback is Daniel Jones, Danny Dimes.
I was gonna wait until I read off all this.
Oh, my bad.
It's okay. It's like you can step on my toes when we dance. I don't mind. 6.7 yards per pass versus Danny Dimes, 6.6. 63 touchdowns and 44 interceptions for Lawrence, 64 and 41 for Danny Dimes. Passer rating of 84.4 for Lawrence, 85.3 for Daniel Jones. Playoff wins, 1 for each of them. Yo.
Daniel Jones got about one more season worth of games.
Tate.
So Trevor Lawrence winning percentage is better, but it's not a good winning percentage.
Danny Dimes is a scrub, dog. He's a scrub. I don't know what they paid Trevor Lawrence.
And we have been talking nonstop. We've been talking nonstop for the past 2 years about Danny Dimes being overpaid at $40 million a year, and Lawrence just got 55.
He's a scrub.
Yeah,
he's a scrub, bro. And they overpaid because they feel like they won't get another one. Matter of fact, is Clemson quarterbacks is lightweight trash too. In totality, they lightweight garbage when they get to the NFL. Lightweight.
You feel good now? You can say that since you got CJ Stroud.
Yeah, feel real good. Feel real good. But Justin ain't no scrub now. Hey.
Yeah, yes he is.
Oh,
put his numbers right beside those two gentlemen right there.
We're about to get in the streets.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Hey,
we're about to go out to the streets.
He's not wrong. We're about to get out of here, man. About to jump on over to overtime. Everything's ready. Provided B Dirt not gonna take no long bourbon break. But
1, 2, 3, 4.
Go ahead and get them algorithms up before we get out of here. Like I said, we're gonna jump over to OT. Thanks everybody for joining us in the live chat. We really appreciate you. You guys got anything to say?
Just run the ticker tape. Run the ticker tape like how we do every week.
But they're gonna have to tune back into OT to find out what it is.
Oh, the ticker tape.
I want 70% of people hitting like. Let's go.
If you run the ticker tape, you have time to get it.
Yeah, I'm looking for the ticker tape, man. I don't see it.
Tim,
did I actually?
Tim, repost that old comment you made earlier. Go ahead.
What Tim post? What he over there in the Matrix making comments. Get him out of here, bro.
He's over there doing some yard work for Claude.
Yeah, I don't got the ticker tape, Big G. I don't know what I did with it.
No, that's all right. They can check us on overtime, and then by then you'll have the ticker tape ready to roll.
So everybody, we about to be out.
Yep. We'll holler at y'all in a few minutes.
Take it to the crib, B Dirt.
Thumbs up. Hey, arrest Brett Favre.